On the 22nd of October 2022, the tennis community was thrown into shock following the news that popular tennis star Simona Halep had been suspended from playing tennis professionally. Former #1 ranked player Simona Halep tested positive for a banned drug substance at the 2022 US Open and, thereafter, was provisionally suspended by the International Tennis Integrity Agency, the IITA. Subsequently, she was also ruled out of the Australian Open even after her denial of knowingly taking any illegal substance. Following the provisional suspension that she was slammed with, Simona became ineligible to compete in or attend any sanctioned event. Given her professionalism and expertise, it was quite difficult for many to believe that an A-list tennis player like Simona would be involved in a doping incident. While it looks like this might be the end of the road for Simona, there might just be a ray of hope for her too. In today's video, we'll be revealing all there is to know about Simona Halep's ban and what her fate might be and the silver lining that recently surfaced. Let's get into it, shall we? On every list of leading female tennis players you'd possibly come across, you'd always find Simona Halep among the first top 20. This is thanks to her professionalism, expertise, and years of hard work that have set her aside as one of the best tennis players in the game. Simona Halep is a Romanian tennis player who was born on the 27th of September 1991. Like many other notable tennis stars, Simona launched into her tennis career very early at the age of 4, and she became a professional at the age of 15. Despite her relatively short height of 5'6", Simona boasts 24 WTA Tour singles titles and has also finished as a runner-up 18 different times. Simona has also won 2 Grand Slam titles, namely the 2018 French Open and the 2019 Wimbledon Championship. The Romanian tennis star was ranked world #1 in singles twice between 2017 and 2019, and from January 2014 to August 2021, she was ranked in the top 10 for a total of 373 weeks. Simona also boasts of being the first Romanian woman to be ranked world #1, as well as the first Romanian to win a Wimbledon singles title. Impressive, isn't it? Now, given her feats, grits, and professionalism, it is easy to see why it was quite disappointing for the tennis community to learn of Simona's ban after she failed a drug test at the US Open. But who knows, there could be just more to it. In the last quarter of 2022, Simona received a notice of a potential doping violation from the IITA. It was later revealed to the public that blood samples taken from the 31-year-old tennis star contained traces of a banned drug substance, roxadustat. Wondering what roxadustat is and why its consumption comes off as illegal for sports professionals? Listen closely. Roxadustat majorly prevents anemia in the blood by boosting the production of red blood cells. So, why should an anti-anemic drug be illegal and cost Simona her career? Well, on the one hand, roxadustat is helpful for patients diagnosed with kidney disease as it helps with their dialysis. On the other hand, however, drugs like roxadustat have an entirely different function for sports professionals. While roxadustat would boost red blood cells for patients, it would also enhance the performance of athletes and other sports professionals. This means that it would increase their endurance, stamina, and performance level. Taking drugs and substances like roxadustat would supply excess energy that would enable sports professionals to perform strenuous activities like running around the tennis court and whacking balls for hours without experiencing a decline in energy levels. After learning that an illegal drug substance was found in her blood sample, Simona immediately put out a statement denying ever knowingly consuming any illegal substance. After expressing her confusion and declaring her innocence, the Romanian tennis player took to Twitter to state that she would start a fight for truth. Simona also pointed out that her drug test results indicated an extremely low quantity of roxadustat. Using this information, Simona's supporters have argued that her consumption of the drug might have been accidental. However, until Simona can prove her accidental consumption of the illegal drug substance, she might have to face a 4-year ban. Undoubtedly, Simona Halep remains one of the favorites of the tennis community, and the news of her ban has come off as a shock and disappointment to the majority of the tennis world. While the Romanian tennis star is fighting to save her career, it looks as though she's not alone in the battle. She has fans, colleagues, coaches, and well-wishers in her corner who do not believe she would turn to doping. For instance, Halep's ex-coach, Darren Cahill, who worked with the Romanian star for 6 years and guided her to winning her first Grand Slam title, came out to say that there was no chance that the tennis star knowingly consumed a prohibited substance. World #1 Iga Swiatek also expressed her confusion and disappointment after Simona Halep was handed a provisional ban for doping. Ahead of the WTA Finals tournament, Swiatek said, "Well, for sure, it was confusing to me because I didn't expect to hear this news. Simona, from my point of view, seems like a person who always cared about being fair, and she was a great example for me." To round up her statement, Swiatek said, It's disappointing, and she must feel really bad. Another well-respected member of the tennis community who was on Simona's side is Patrick Mouratoglou, a former Serena Williams trainer who most recently worked with Halep. He said that the assertion is ludicrous and that anyone familiar with Simona can speak on that. Significantly, Simona is also supported by the Romanian Tennis Federation, George Cossack, its president, and Eduard Novak, the country's Minister of Sports. Looks like Simona Halep is not alone in her battle after all. While Simona has been able to garner the support of some fans and notable tennis professionals, the tennis star is not having it easy with some fans. Some tennis fans have dragged Maria Sharapova, who was also tested positive for a drug substance in 2016, into the ongoing Simona drama. Fans have dug up the comments Simona made years ago about her colleague and rival Sharapova. At the time of Sharapova's ban, Halep had this to say: "For the kids, for the young players, it is not okay to help a player with a wild card who was banned for doping. It is not about Maria Sharapova here. It is about all the players that are found doped. I cannot support what the tournament director did, but also I cannot judge." In response to a query about whether she had contacted Sharapova in 2016, Halep said, "I didn't speak with her before. There's no reason to speak now." Being that Halep was quite critical of Sharapova during her ban, some fan thinks it's only fair that she faces the same heat and judgment she and many others pronounced on Sharapova. Although Simona failed her drug test and is provisionally suspended from participating in any games, including the Australian Open, the Romanian tennis star still has a chance of escaping the ban. First, Simona's drug test, although positive, showed an extremely low quantity of the prohibited drug. This could mean that she had truly ingested the prohibited drug accidentally, and if she is able to prove that she accidentally consumed the prohibited drug, chances are that her ban could waiver. In addition, following the recent news, it is safe to say that the two-time Grand Slam champion is one step closer to clearing her name and escaping the ban. Simona has reportedly been able to pinpoint the source of the roxadustat, which she accidentally consumed. According to reports, the source of the roxadustat was identified as a supplement that was incorrectly labeled. Pro Sport received confirmation of the information from Romanian judge Cristian Jura of the Court of Arbitration for Sport. While speaking on the issue, Judge Cristian Jura said, "It seems that the method by the roxadustat entered the athlete's body has been identified, namely by ingesting a contaminated food supplement." To put that in perspective, a contaminated product is any product that contains a prohibited substance without its being expressly specified on the product label or in the information that is accessible through a reasonable search on the internet. In a well-detailed statement, Judge Cristian Jura explained what this discovery means for Simona, saying, "The athlete is still at this moment between the lifting of suspension, i.e. the removal of any sanctions, and the 4-year suspension from sports activity." In all fairness, if Simona accidentally consumed a prohibited drug through an incorrectly labeled supplement, then should she really be held responsible for the consequences? On the one hand, it is easy to see that Simona may not have knowingly turned to doping, but we cannot entirely blame those in favor of her ban. After all, knowing the position she holds and the level of her sportsmanship, the Grand Slam champion ought to have been more careful with everything she consumed to avoid accidents. Should the Grand Slam champion be able to clear her name by providing solid samples to prove her accidental consumption of the banned drug, she could have the chance to appeal her suspension. If her appeal is suspended, then there is a high chance that the ban on her participation in games will be lifted, or at least she will receive a more lenient punishment. Simona Halep has had an absolutely amazing career so far despite all odds. This goes to show that the Romanian star is very passionate about her tennis career. Also, judging from the support Simona has received and how numerous notable personalities have come forward to vouch for her, it is difficult to believe that the Grand Slam champion would deliberately ingest illegal substances or performance-enhancing drugs. Whichever the case, the fact still remains that while the majority of the tennis community is solely behind Simona, some believe that she should have been more careful. We, however, hope she can prove her innocence, as it would be a great blow to the tennis world for the career of a tennis star to come to an abrupt end. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to show your support. It would mean the world to us. Until next time.